All right, so today's question of the day comes from Future Sailor Guzman. And Future Sailor Guzman asked, is it realistic, is it possible to have a bachelor's degree within 4 years of service? So in my honest opinion, it's going to be extremely difficult. And I would say aim for an associate's and few college credits after that. Okay, and here is my logic as to why. Okay, so what your recruiter won't tell you initially is most commands want you to spend 1 year focused on your job before you start using tuition assistance. So for your career, now it's down to 3, right? Because they want you to spend 1 year focused on your job. Now, most goals of Navy sailor is to get deployed. So if you get stationed on a carrier, a deployment, you're looking at maybe 9 months. So you spend 1 year and 9 months on deployment. At the same time, within a 4-year time, you do get 4 months of paid vacations. So whether you want to spend those paid vacations focused on college, it's totally up to you. But for me, my vacations, when it's family time, it's family time, right? So I'm going to be personally spending on family time. So maybe you want to do half and half, but for me, it's full-time family. But let's say you're like me and you spend it on family time. Now you spent 2 years and a month on not being able to take college classes and being able to focus on college classes. Now you have 1 year and 11 months, right? So currently where I work, it's considered the downtime. It's considered the time where it's really, really good for the sailors to take college classes to apply for tuition assistance. So my typical workday, on average, if you count from when I wake up, get ready, get to work, and then come back home, it's on average 10 to 11 hours. Okay, let's say at max 11 hours. Now, some days I get off early, yes, but let's look at it to the max possible thing, right? 11 hours. Now you spend 8, and at the same time, you need at least 8 hours of sleep. So that's 19 hours. Now you have 5 hours of time to do whatever you want. If you want to focus those full 5 hours without being distracted on college, you can. However, right? Let's say you're a full-time student, you're taking 4 classes. If you fail a course, the risk is they're going to take your tuition assistance away. Okay? So, do you want to risk that, or do you want to not overwhelm yourself and just take maybe 1 class or maybe 2 classes per semester? Maybe 3. I know someone who's taking 3. He's having a hard time. There's a lot of work. So it is totally up to you. So at best, in that sense, in the example that I gave you, you're looking at least an associate's degree or close to it, or maybe, if you're exceptionally bright, associates and few college courses. Now, there are always some exceptions. For example, when I told you most commands want you to spend 1 year focused on your job. There are some commands that don't have that rule, and they want you to at least get, let's say, certain requirements before you apply for tuition assistance. And I know some people that are like that, who are taking tuition assistance right now, and they haven't spent a full year in the command. And also, some people go on deployment right away after A school. So maybe after that they won't go on deployment anymore, and you spend, let's say, after your boot camp 2 months, let's say A school 2 or 3 months. Now you go on, let's say, another 9 months deployment. Now that could be considered, let's say, the requirement, and then you can apply for tuition assistance. Now that individual might have 2.5 years of time to take college classes, right? So there's always things here and there, but for the most part, like I told you, in my opinion, it's going to be really, really difficult. Just because I say that doesn't mean it's not possible, right? I'm sure there is someone out there who's been able to get close to it or who's been able to get it. Now you can also extend your contract a year or two, depending on how close you feel like you're, getting to the bachelor's degree, and extend your contract to get the tuition assistance and all that kind of stuff. But in my opinion, it's going to be extremely difficult, and you should be aiming towards at least an associate's degree. Now, at the same time, if you go on deployment, you can also take some type of college credits, classes, because that's what Navy provides, and Navy's all about education. And so that is my opinion. Just because what I say doesn't mean it's going to be the whole truth, right? So I'm sure there is someone who's been able to pull it off, and I would say it's extremely difficult. Maybe not within 4 years, but maybe within 5 or 6 years. Okay, so I hope this video helped. If you have any more questions or comments, put it in the comment section below. Press that like button and subscribe for more, guys. Thank you, and have a great Navy day.